Hello, hello, hello there, my crafty buds. It's your crafty bud, Peggy, and welcome to Stormy's Imagination Station. Guys, I've got y'all down low here on the table. I wanted to share with you guys, I'm getting low on my Boho Gypsy beads, and I'm going to be making some more today. And I thought I'll go ahead and share with you guys how I do these, and you guys could take a crack at maybe making your own. And this is what I mean by my Boho Gypsy beads here. This is what they look like. I've sent several of them out as friend mail and stuff, and everybody's just loved these. And like I said, I thought I would give you guys the opportunity to make your own. So, and guys, I got started on these from Secret Soto at Creative Birdie. I'll add a link below. You guys can go check her out. She's an awesome, talented crafter, and I just love her. Anyways, guys, how to do these, you're going to need some straws. I just use drinking straws, or you could use the bodies of ink pens and markers that you can saw and cut in various sizes, okay? You're going to need some good glue. I prefer my E6000. You know, you could use tacky glue, turbo tacky, any good solid glue. You're probably going to need some jump rings, various sizes. You're going to need, if you have any, I like to use the ball caps. And this is what these are. I have various sizes and shapes of these little ball caps. They fit over beads and jewelry and stuff, and gives it that finished look, is what these are. They're called bell caps and bead caps. And like I said, I have several different sizes and shapes of these that I like to keep around and keep separated, actually, so that I'll have several different kinds, okay, for my projects. And if you have any, don't make a special trip out to get any and spend money, because you can also wire wrap these on the top. Guys, you're going to need some various beads. You're going to need some that will fit down inside your straws, okay? So just some junk beads, little plastic nothing beads that will fit down inside there, as well as various sizes to decorate the outside of your beads as well, okay? You're going to need some different kinds of fabrics. Just snips and snaps of stuff that you have, okay? I have a Gypsy junk bag here that I bought from our Miss Nola a while back, and I'm going to be using several of these fabrics inside of here. But just different kinds of fabrics and textiles, whatever you have. Old shirts, things like that, pieces of trim. Then you're going to need one for wrapping. And what I like to use is this checkered kind right here. I really love how this looks on these beads. I would grab, just like I said, just various sizes of beads, whatever you have. Charms is good. If you have any charms laying around, go ahead and drag those out. Just get you a little work pile, okay? Then we're going to need some wire, you guys. I like to go with the 28 to 30 gauge, whatever color you have. Now, I also work with industrial chic art, so I have a few different kinds of wires here. All of these, I want to say, is 28 gauge. They could be 30, okay? I get these cheap and in bulk. And then I also have some of this uber thin wire here in different colors. And this one here, oh, does it give me a gauge on here? This is just thin wire. I want to say this is 20 gauge. It's very thin, like this. Are y'all catching that? Really thin. This is just for the decoration around the outside. The 28 to 30 gauge is thicker, and that's for the holding of your bead and making your loop that's going to attach to your jewelry and stuff. But I have several sizes of the little thinner decorative wires. Like I said, I want to say these are little 20 gauges. See, this just says size 0.3 millimeter is all this says, and it's very thin wire, as you're seeing right there. If you can see that little piece off, it's really thin. really thin, and that's just good for decoration. And this, like I said, I want to say this is either 28 or 30 gauge. Little bit of meat to that. And then I have various beads, guys, like I said, that I have laying around, different sizes, junk pearls that I can use down inside the straws. Scissors, wire cutters, needle nose pliers if you have them. Okay? So guys, let's get started, alright? And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go ahead and start with this copper wire that I've got right here. And unfurl that so I've got it ready to go. And then I'm probably, since I'm using this color of copper, I'll probably go with a gold accent here for my decorator wire around the outside. Guys, I hope you're having a wonderful start to your weekend. Well, actually, today's Sunday. I hope you've been having a wonderful weekend thus far, and I hope this finds everybody in good health, and I hope everything's good in your world. Now, guys, I've got a little bit thicker straw here. This is one of the windy straws for the shakes. You can use the thinner ones, just whatever you have, like I said, and just cut you some various shapes, okay, sizes. You don't have to be measuring or anything. I like these all different sizes. Like I said, I got big ones, I got little ones. I make my wands, I'll just cut a straw in half, you know, and make one. You could do a whole straw if you so choose, you know, make a big wand out of it. You know, the choice is yours. These are your beads, okay? So these are just guidelines, y'all. So how I start these out, y'all, is I just leave my wire on the loop here, and I pick kind of a little bit of a scheme what kind of a bead I'm going to go with. I think I'm going to do something with this blue hank here and see how this turns out. So I'm just going to get some of these and have them on my workspace here. If I can get them off this is an old vintage necklace right here, and it's been knotted, and the thread on this is 100% cotton, you can tell. And this is really an old vintage piece. And guys, another tip, don't run out and buy a bunch of beads and stuff if you can so help it. Go to your thrift stores, garage sales, yard sales, thrift stores, and look for just junk jewelry. A lot of times they'll have them bagged up. Those are preferred, of just old broken necklaces and things like that. Swoop on those, guys. Get a good deal on those. A couple, $3 for a big bag full, up to $5 for a gallon bag full of old necklaces is a good deal. Get them home and take them apart and use those beads. You'd be surprised at the beauty that you unfold once you get them home and take them apart and see each individual bead for what it is and stuff. And a lot of times you'd be amazed at some of the old vintage pieces that you can get your hands on for next to nothing, found inside these treasure bags, I call them. I just love them. Okay? Alright, guys, now I'm going to go ahead and start with one of these beads right here. And this is like a checked glass, beautiful blue bead this is. And you definitely want all of these to fit on your wire, your big wire here, okay? So I'm starting with one of those. Now we're going to go pretty chunky, so I'm going to use a pretty good size bell end here. Now then, I'm just going to simply slide my bead right on. Okay, and you can put a little kink in that or something if you want to keep it from going anywhere. Now, guys, you're going to want to get your junk beads that's going to fit down inside of your straw. And then just string these up until they fill. And all this does, guys, is give you some stability. So that your bead doesn't go all wonky and willy-nilly on the wire here. It gives it some stability, and it's more sturdy, okay? And I'm going with pretty small pearls here, guys, and this is fitting just perfect on here. And like I said, fill it from one end to the other I've still got room for about 3. Let's see. I hope you guys can see good here what I'm doing. I tried to get you down low where you don't fall off the tripod, but have y'all take a nose dive. Guys, if you're new to the channel, stick around. We've got a lot coming up, and I don't want you to miss out. Don't forget to subscribe. I've got a lot of great people I want to introduce you to. And like I said, we've got a lot coming up. And I think I can get one more on there. Now guys, we can also do this off the wire first if you prefer. We can do that too, but I'm going to do this one on the wire. Now then, another bell cap right over the end there, and then finish it off with another beautiful bead. And I need another one of these Chet's glass so that it'll match. Okay. Alright, now then, pull your bead down to where you've got enough room to do your curly Q on this end. Okay, and I'm going to leave about 1 inch of wire right there, and just simply bend it over to the side like that. Whoops. Find your needle nose pliers, and then you're just going to want to bend it back. Okay, get on the end of it there, and then just bend it back. Did I bend that? What did I do? That just went crazy. And make you a couple of loops if you want to. Leave you a little bit of a tail for a twist there at the end. And my loops are never perfect, but I'm just like, you know what, that adds to the ambiance to me of the gypsy look of these, so I don't worry about it too much. Some of you guys are just natural born loopers and some of us are not, but I don't mind a bit, like I said, because these are totally handmade, and when things are handmade, you want them to look handmade, right? Otherwise, go buy store-bought. You know, if you want it to be store-bought, just buy store-bought. But if you're looking for handmade, then that's what you're going to get. And naturally, I'm on film, so this is like blowing up in my face right here and not wanting to loop or anything else. Okay, now then, anyways, I've got my first loop on there on the end. And see, you've got some stability there. You know, the bead's not wobbling here and there. Now then, on the end, about the same thing, about 1 inch. Again, bend it straight over to the side. Grab it with your needle nose pliers and bend it back. And you can do it all the way down to the bead, which I like the extra double loop sometimes on mine. And then just try to simply tuck that little end sticking up. Get it nice to where it's not sticking up off of there. And then just curl it down to the bead. You know, just like that. Get it nice and tight. And that's how I do. I mean, like I said, you guys can do your intricate, beautiful loops if you so choose. There. But me, I think the handmade double, triple loop sometimes just looks just fine, and it adds to the handmade look of these. So let me get this end back up down here. There. There. Let's see, I think that looks just fine. See? And now then, guys, we're just going to get our fabric. And we kind of went ahead of the game. Like I said, you can do these either way you want to. I actually make the beads first and then put them on my wire, which we'll do for the next one. But I just wanted to show y'all how versatile this is. You can do whatever you want to. Now guys, a lot of people clip their fabric. I like the rough ratty edge. I really do. I look for that. I rip and tear my fabric and hand fray it if I have to. I like that extra fringe coming off of my beads. I really do. So I go for that. Now guys, what you do is just start it with a little piece of glue here on the end. And your first one, you're just going to want to get it down and get that end tucked good. And then we're going to start our wrap. And just take your time with it, okay? You don't want a bunch of knots and bumps and stuff in it. Just roll it. Roll it nice and tight. Not to where you're kinking, but you don't want it loose. Okay, you want some tightness to it here, okay? And then every once in a while down it, you can hit it with some more glue to give it some extra stability. Just a little bit, just like that, and then continue your roll, nice and gentle. Just you take your time. I'm going to be sitting in my chair making a bunch of these today, guys, but I wanted to share with y'all how I make them, how I learned them, and give you guys the opportunity to sit in your chair and make a bunch too. Now once you get it wrapped good, just go ahead and clip that off and hit your end real good and get that glued down nice and solid. And like I said, you want a good glue. I wouldn't trust a cheap mamby-pamby paper glue with this. You want something that's going to hold fabric. You can do these with paper as well, you guys, though. If you do just have paper, you can go with your, as I called it, mamby-pamby paper glue. You know, and the same principle applies, you guys. See, I'm going with mamby-pamby here. It's not wanting to stick. See that? Sometimes the Aleene's won't for fabric. You want a good fabric glue. And then just hold that for a second. Let that glue down. See, it's not wanting to hold it worth a flip. You can clamp this and let them set. I'm going to go ahead and hit this with a little bit of E6000. My trusty E6000 sticks everything. There we go. See that? No problems. Easy peasy. It's not wanting to come up as much. But I'm still having to, while it's wet, still having to play with it. Let that sit. Let me let that set down here for a minute, and we'll go ahead and do one off the thing real quick, okay? So now the same thing. I'll just go ahead and grab a different fabric this time. You can use your ribbons if you have nice fabric ribbons, whatever. But just get you some fabric and cut, about 3/4 of an inch to an inch, no thicker than that. I wouldn't go. And just cut you some strips. You don't have to worry about coming to a V and all that kind of mess if you don't want to. Don't worry about all that. Give yourself some fringing there. Pull the threads on the side if you want fringing. If not, on silk fabrics and stuff like this that has a lot of the threads coming off, just take you a lighter and just gently around the edges sear that, and it'll heal it. And it will keep it from fraying like this, okay? So you can use any fabric with this. Any more beautiful fabric, the better. Especially if you're going for more of a boho gypsy theme. Your silks, sarongs, scarves, things like that. Wonderful fabrics for these guys. But just let your imagination run wild with these. You can use virtually any kind of fabric and come up with any kind of look. Okay? And it's totally yours, so can't nobody tell you nothing. These are your beads, so you just do whatever you want to. And if they don't like it, you just tell them Stormy said so, okay? Send them on over. Alright guys, and the same thing, a little spot of glue there, go on around, get your end covered up good, okay? You don't want a piece of that straw unless you're looking for that look. Now then, gently head on down, maybe hit it with the glue every now and again, a little spot here and there to give it just a little extra stability. Sorry guys. I'm one of them, I'm used to getting it up here and looking, you know, I'm a looker. Okay, and then wrap. And if you run out of short, if you run into pieces that are too short, just end it and start you another piece. Just stick another piece of glue and start another piece until you get to the bottom. Because some of them, depending upon the length of them, will get a little bit, on you. You know, ooh, I just ran out of fabric. It's okay. Just like I said, these are your beads. You can do whatever you want to them. They're yours. So, you can make any kind of fabric and any kind of look that you so choose. Okay. Now then, now that that's dried a little bit, let's continue on. And this is what your bead is starting to look like right here. Now what I like to do, guys, is we want layers on this. So now you can use twine around here if you so choose. You can also add words to these if you like. You can add some trim like this. Like I said, I love this checkered. Comes in all colors. Looks looks fabulous on these fabric beads. And the same thing, guys. It's all about the layers. We got a layer of beads, we got a straw layer, we got a fabric layer. Now we're doing a trim layer. And just take the lid off of your glue and hit a little spot there again and begin that. And just stick a little bit around there and let it get buried down inside. And just a little wrap, not to cover. You just want to come down a little bit, okay? Just adding a little bit of interest, okay? Just like that. See, we just added a little bit of interest there is all. And then clip that off and hit that with another spot of glue to finish it. Guys, I hope you've been able to get into some crafting this weekend. I hope everything's going good. We're going to have some fun here next week. We've got what they call the bathtub races coming up. A lot of the businesses here decorate clawfoot bathtubs and turn them into like motorized vehicles, kind of run by people. And they run down the street and people get to hit them with super soakers and shoot water at them, you know. And while they're going down the street, it's called bathtub races. And it's just fun. And it's a great way to promote your business. And it's a lot of fun for the town. And a lot of the stuff that goes on down there raises money for different events and stuff. And this is what we look like with that. Now we're starting to get pretty, aren't we? We're getting some dimension there. We're getting a little bit of interest going on. This one here, same thing. I'm going to go ahead and hit it with a little piece of this. And just weave it on around there. And look what you've done. You've changed the whole look of that fabric, see? Each layer. And guys, you can go with all kinds of stuff. I've used hairy trims on these. I've used the Fat Daddy trims, depending on the size of your bead. Now see, we're getting kind of that gypsy look to this one, aren't we? I really like that right there. Okay. Now then, this one here, guys, we're going to go ahead and add a little bit of decor on here real quick. And all we're going to do, if you want to help hold that bead cap down, you could just start this on one of the sides here. If not, just go on and wrap it around a few times. Get a little bit on the bead cap and hold it down and come back around here a little bit. Get you a big piece of it and just snip it. Okay? And then just start with whatever it is that you want to put on this, guys. If you want to add some beads to this, start stringing them up. Get you some that coincide with your colors and what you've done. And like I said, the choices is endless. I've got a lot of tumbled stones and stuff that I like to use on mine. And just get you a pile, like I said, get your workspace full of straws and beads and wire and charms and just go to town, guys. Like I said, nobody can tell you that you're wrong. Like I said, this is your video, this is your beads, your way. You could do whatever you please. Okay? And I'm not going to, this is already 24 minutes, so I'm not going to keep you watching me bead around this, okay? I'm going to continue on is what I'm going to do, and then I'm just going to curl this around this gently. To finish this, I'm going to wrap, 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 cut it off, and then just try to hide the little wire down in. You can also add a little droplet of E6000 on that, okay? To finish that off. To add a charm on here, all you're going to do is get your charm, get your jump rings, get you a set of needle nose pliers, or use your wire cutter there with it. Get you a jump ring coinciding with the colors that you're using. So if you're using a gold colored end, then you'll want a gold colored jump ring. Okay? I'm just grabbing one here to show you guys. Okay? Let me see if this is actually a jump ring. No, that's a twirl ring. Fine. Let's just get us a jump ring. Get one that kind of coincides with the size of your, or just whatever you have. If you have sizes, get one that coincides with your beaded project. Now guys, to open these, again, those of you that don't know, don't pull them apart, okay? You're just going to want to grab each side and open it like that, okay? See, just a twist, and then when you put it back together, twist it back, okay? But then all you're going to do is just simply add your charm. If I can get it down here where the opening is. Add your charm on here. Then add it to your part on the bead that you want the charm to go. Close your jump ring back up first, rather. And like I said, just twist it back together. They're hard to get back together if you pull them apart. They never seem to want to go back together correctly. It takes you a lot of time of working them. Okay, then just add your, now you can add a small bead before it to kind of help seal up your hoop here for the jump ring if you want a bead before and after it. Like I said, again, the choice is yours. But then add your dangle, continue on with your beads, go all the way around it and finish it off. And then this is what you'll end up with the charm, okay? And you've got a nice little charm on there, okay? The choice is endless. Just like I said, this is your project, your bead. This is the way that I make them, though. Like I said, now then, guys, if you don't have any bead caps, no problem. Don't worry about it. You don't have to have bead caps. You can still do this. Like I said, let's take our bead that we've got made here, and it's dry, and let's go ahead and get us a bigger bead that we're going to stop it with on the end here, and string it up. Then put on our bead. Then we're going to fill it with our small pearls. That's going to fit down inside there. Don't forget those. Depending on the size of your bead that you're making is how many pearls you're going to add, or beads, small beads, plastic beads, guys. Like I said, junk. Just as long as it fits down inside the straw. Because that's all it's doing, is filling the straw. So by all means, don't use your good beads for that. Use your junk. And save your good beads for the outside. And guys, I'll tell you, you're a pro in minutes with these. These are addicting. I mean addicting. I almost filled that Y'all saw that whenever I first finished them, how many I'd made. Just sitting there in the chair. I just got started with these things and could not stop. And before you knew it, I had made a ton of them. Which, like I said, I've almost given all away. And you guys have all reciprocated very well with them. So I know you're going to love this project. So, and I hope I get to see some of you guys' creations that you do. Share them with us and show us what you do. Okay, guys, now then again, go ahead and get it down there to the end to where you'll form your little loop. And then just bend it over to the side, like I said, grab it and twirl it. However many twirls you're going to put in it. Smash it, hide that end. Do your beautiful loops, whatever you want to do. Like I said, don't be scared of it. This is your project. Most of the time, the wild and woolly look really draws me in, y'all. I love the homemade ends. I think they look sensational. I think it just adds to the ambiance of the fact that they're handmade. So, you know, there's some of us that like that. But if you're really good at making your loops and stuff, by all means, do what you do. And enjoy it. Because this is your project. Like I said, these are your beads, your gypsy boho, or not. You know, you don't have to put dangles or none of that on there. Okay, guys, see, now you've got both of your little ends there. You're all done. Now then, again, with your coordinating wire or whatever you've got, your little thin stuff, just come on here and at the very top of it, make it look like a bead cap. Just wind it round and round and round and around and around and around and around until you've got your look. See that? Look how cool that is. And then you can either just simply dry brush it down through there till you get to the bottom, and then around and around and around and around and around and around she goes, and where she stops nobody knows until it looks good to you. And then you clip it off and hide that little wire right there. Get your needle nose involved. Give it a little spot of glue. If you want to clip a little bit off and then just stick it up underneath that wad right there and hide that, perfect. But there you go. And you have created a beautiful boho bead. And that is what these are, guys. That's all there is to that, okay? Just straw, glue, beads, and wire. That is it. And the choice is yours as to what you do, whether you put beads around the outside, whether you don't. If you want to do further trims around the outside, if you want to make them hairy, if you want to make them bold and skinny. You don't even have to have straws, guys. If you don't have no straws, you can still do this. Just run your fabric around your wire, okay? Just start it off around your wire. Just like that. Use this as your straw. And all you got to do is just glue a little bit. Use your strong glues for that too. Get you a little dollop on there. And get it as thick as you want it. Just start your ribbon. Pull it taut. Get it down your wire there, and just continue on until you get it as thick as you want it. Get it all the way down there to the end, however big you want it there, and then run another row of it up. You know, get it down through here. Like say you want one this big, I'm holding that in because I know it's not dry and it's going to sprung. But I just wanted to give y'all a for instance. Like say this is going to be my bead, and then just come on back up it again. I'm hung on everything, y'all. It's the curse of the dadgum tutorial, isn't it? I call them the tutorial demons. The little turkeys. And then just go back up it again. And then if you want to, come on back down it again. If you want to get it fat in the middle and skinny on the ends, go ahead. It's your project. Add you a little glue here and there. Finish it off with a drop of glue. You could do your ends on here. This one, if I hadn't hid the end there. But you get the gist of it. You don't have to have a straw, because I squirreled around and did this one with wire. So there is nothing in that but wire and fabric. That's it. So guys, the choice is endless. The door is open from your old buddy Stormy here and Creative Birdie. Again, I'd like to give her a big shout out and a thank you for sharing this with us. I think she's the one that invented these, and I am bazuzu about them. So guys, let me see what you guys do. I can't wait to see what you come up with and how you like the project. It is so simple and easy, guys. I really love it, and I hope that you guys will give these a try. And let me see what you come up with, okay? And guys, again, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and stick around, because you never know what's going on here at Stormy's Imagination Station. And guys, until the next time, be crafty, be cool, and I'll see you when I'm looking at you, alright? Bye-bye.